everybody. Welcome to Bourbon Bites. Yes, it is a long countdown. I want to make sure there's enough time for sometimes there's like a delay with starting the stream, so sorry if it was a little long. But welcome to part 2 of Bourbon Drinkers Try Scotch. So if you missed the first part, it is over on my friend Perry's channel. This is my Bourbon podcast, who I will introduce right now. Welcome, Perry.
Hello. It's good to be here, and I hope that my internet doesn't crap the bed much like it did
All
last
good.
time.
But yeah, if you guys missed the first part, we were having some technical issues. On both of our ends. We kept, I don't know, we're talking over each other. So if that happens, just a precursor.
No. It was all on my end.
Okay,
I am not gonna let you take any of that blame.
Okay, but it was still a lot of fun, and I think
like that.
I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Oh, okay. Then you're back.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry. Oh, good. I'm saying I think they seem to enjoy it. They seem to have fun. So
yes,
we'll see how part 2 goes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting everything poured up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and so I have, like Perry had the graphics. I have some graphics to pull up for each of these. So let me just get that ready to go. So you're gonna pre-pour them. I don't have enough glasses to pre-pour them, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just wanted to get a head start. I did that with the last one as well.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So we are moving to bottle E. Don, if you're keeping along.
Yes.
And this one is Lady of the GLEN 9-year. Now, like I said, this is the one that is an independent bottler. So as you can tell, it's a very sexy bottle. But it is an independent bottling of BUNNAHABHAIN. So I probably have had something from BUNNAHABHAIN. I don't know for sure. Perry, I imagine you probably haven't. Or I may have cut out for him. But this is a 9-year-old, like I said. It is 66.7% ABV.
I think that's 123.4 proof.
Okay, I said I was going to do the math, and I totally forgot to do the math.
So, that's good. That's awesome.
This is pretty. Is this the highest proof one we're trying tonight?
66? It's not the highest that we're going or that we will try, but this is the highest that we've tried so far.
Gotcha. Oh, because that's not counting the special little whiskey X, which, by the way, we gave a preview for on Perry's channel. It's a mystery whiskey. Don can't tell us what it is. He gave us some info about it, so it seems very, very special, and I'm very excited to try it. So stick around to the end. As we not suffer, I'm enjoying these. The next 3 repeated though, so Perry may not. But we'll see how it goes.
You know what? I think I did the math wrong on that.
Oh,
what did I say? What did I say it was?
I don't
know. I think this is the highest proof one. Yeah, 133.4. I apologize. My math is garbage.
You're good. Well, there's a number down there. If anyone wants to do the math yourself, just do it because I can't do it. 133.4, Steve A says. So that's pretty hot. So I'm pouring mine now.
Okay. I'm sorry. If I just go quiet, it's because it's cut out on my end.
Okay. Well, your quality is good right now, so.
That's the thing, is that like it's fine, and then it just poops. And it's like, I don't know why. So
Steven asked, he said he missed part 1. How have we been handling it? I think we've been handling it well. I mean, I was going to do like a little bit of a recap. So the first part, we tried 4 different ones. My favorite was, technically my favorite was the Glengoyne teapot dram, which Perry, I think you said the same. But it is a distillery only release. So, there's that. But in terms of availability, I think the Tamdu was really, really good. I'm definitely going to look out for a bottle of that.
Yep.
Yeah, so this one is an independent bottler. Lady of the GLEN is the bottler. So it says, founded in 1881 on the northern shore of Islay. I'm assuming they're talking about BUNNAHABHAIN. An unpeated distillate with citrus fruit and honey notes, fully matured in first fill Oloroso sherry, hogshead, which is another one of those weird words, butts, hogsheads.
Everything's just a mystery for me. It's just like, what's he said? Am I gonna just repeat everything?
I said the word is hogshead, so I think it's probably like butt. You don't really know what that means.
Donnie, yes, I did turn it off and on again.
We all
at least the quality's higher, but I'm still missing about half of what's being said. So,
I'm sorry.
Hey man, it's all good. I would try to play it on YouTube so I could catch it.
Oh, that'd be a real bad idea.
It would be a nightmare. Yeah. It would be a nightmare. So anyway, I haven't nosed this or anything yet, but it smells similar to the last few that we've had.
I would say so too. Yeah. To me, it's minty, almost like a menthol.
I agree. I was actually kind of leaning towards, like a chocolate dipped mint candy.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, like a mint chocolate.
It's making for funny commentary. That's fair. Steven, you would know.
Oh yeah,
about me and funny commentary.
We were referencing the Mario stream earlier.
But anyway,
yeah, I don't know what to think on the nose. It almost comes across like spearmint. I don't know. It's interesting.
I agree, but I think that maybe my sniffer's broken after how many episodes I've recorded over the past few days. But I think the mint's a little bit more subdued for me. It's kind of being enveloped by some of the. Pretty sure Clifton's making all this stuff up anyway.
Oh, I totally am. To be fair, I'm just referencing Don Nishita's notes, which, by the way, I forgot to say on this stream.
And most of it I can't pronounce anyway.
These samples were sent in to us by patron of my show and Perry's show, Don Nishita, who is amazing. Which, by the way, shout out. We are doing our after party as usual at the end of the stream. Perry, you're invited if your internet can hold up.
I would love to be there if my internet could hold up.
Cool. So yeah, my after party is for patrons at the $10 level and up. The link is down in the description, or you can just go to bourbonbites.com and sign up. Like I said, $10 level and up. We do a hangout after every Thursday stream. It's always a lot of fun, especially when we have Don to tell us how our opinions were terribly wrong about all this. So hopefully Don Nishita can make it. He said he was going to try to make the hangout. So y'all are invited. Like I said, just check out the Patreon, $10 and up, get access. So yeah, there's that.
Clifton, have you tried this one yet?
Oh, not yet. Oh no, what is that expression?
It's really good.
Oh, okay.
It's really good. I wasn't anticipating this, but I am quite the fan of this one.
I know there's a lot of love for BUNNAHABHAIN just out there.
Yeah.
And I think I know why you like it. It's not as grain forward. It's something different up front.
Yeah, it tastes more like what I'm used to with these with bourbons or ryes, for sure.
Yeah, it's not as minty. I think the mint was way more apparent on the nose. You there? I said I think the mint is way more apparent on the nose than the palate.
Sorry. I apologize.
No, you're good. I was actually
it's dipping in and out.
All good. I was just checking my connection real quick, make sure it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So please describe it. So the palate. Okay. This is where I think we both struggle to describe certain Scotch notes. We just don't have enough experience. Chris says, yeah, they were vying. So if y'all keep seeing Chris say, "Who's your daddy?" They were very close. Chris was very close to becoming my first $100 patron the other night because we were really drunk on a hangout. So my $100 Patreon level is called Bourbon Daddy. And if anyone wants to be my Bourbon Daddy, just give me $100 on Patreon. You get to basically direct the channel. Basically like, oh, grab this bottle. Yes, Daddy. Like, so Chris was close. He wanted it. He wanted, you know what? I want to control him. I want to tell him what to do. So
that's good stuff.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if I ever actually get one. Okay. So describe. So I think it's not peated, but it's kind of smoky on the nose, I would say. It's like a smoked mint, if that makes sense.
I'm back.
I was trying to get into like certain notes. I said I think it's a little smoky, not like peated, but like there's like some like lingering like campfire smoke. What is it? What did we say this was finished with? Oloroso sherry. Okay, so again, like the Deanston that I was raving about on your stream, the Deanston 20, it does. I think that's. I mean, like you said, like if you like this one, Perry, you would love that Deanston 20 because it's all that like Oloroso like impact on it.
Sure. Yeah. I would love to try. I mean, it sounds like it's something that's not super accessible. So.
Well, someone said they could see. I think Wheels said he can find it in his area, so maybe it is. I don't know. It's pretty pricey though, so I definitely recommend trying it like in a bar or a tasting at some point.
Yeah, I'm not at the point where I'm gonna, drop some major money on on some scotch.
So
Donnie looks like, hey, go ahead.
So Donnie says, so peated without iodine. Oh yeah, this isn't. I wouldn't say peated. I don't even want to say peated. This isn't unpeated.
I guess so.
Yeah. Well, so BUNNAHABHAIN, I think they do make a peated release. This is their unpeated distillate though. This is considered rare too, so it's $150 to $200. So probably not pretty available.
I mean, it does say just straight up rare on the 2020 availability. I like Steven's comment. Perry looks like, hey, I'm gonna just shoot this and move on.
Oh well, Steven, you're in luck because we're about to move into the 3 peated whiskeys of the night. So
okay.
I think we lost Perry.
I'm
Michael
here.
I'm says here. Late to the show. Love BUNNAHABHAIN 66.7 ABV. Holy cow! Has got to be a powerful expression with a long finish. Can't wait to try it. Oh yeah, I would say this is my favorite so far. Perry, how about you?
I think so too. I think this is one with the most depth of flavor.
So I think the finish on the last one, I think I preferred.
I think so too, but I think that overall this is a more well-rounded whiskey.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. Like on the palate, I love this.
Yeah, I do too. After it sat in the glass a little bit, the nose gave me what is this note that I'm picking up? I don't know. It's kind of like a off-putting sour or bitter note on the nose. And again, that's after it's been sitting for a little bit. But so I think I'm not as big of a fan of the nose as I was initially.
I think the nose is different. I don't get any of the mint anymore. That's weird.
I don't either. I totally don't. So I don't know what happened there. I mean, it just totally disappeared.
So there is a kind of so the one reason I avoided Scotch to begin with, there was a note that I got on the first few Scotches I tried, and I believe those were Glenmorangie. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it was that same bitter.
Me neither.
Yeah, that bitter, like I hate to say this, it was like a bile note.
Oh wow!
And I tried it on the first few Scotches I got, didn't like it. I was like, oh, I'm not a fan of Scotch. However, people are like, oh no, you're trying the wrong things. Which, to be fair, if you like Glenmorangie, go more power to you. But to me, that like sour, like acidic kind of note, which I kind of get on the nose here, Perry. I think that's what you were talking about. But I mean, it's not on the palate. I think it tastes great.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of bile-y. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Which I hate to say.
Yeah, that's what I hate to say it too.
Yeah, because I know that somebody, smells this and they just absolutely love it. It's the best thing in the world. And that's the thing. Like, what is your favorite Scotch might be my least favorite, and what's my favorite bourbon might be your least favorite bourbon.
Oh well, especially because we're bourbon guys like at heart. So like we have way we approach whiskey, I think. Whereas people that started with Scotch, like a lot of them think like, oh, all bourbon tastes the same. Which I mean, bourbon is a little more limited in terms of like, yeah, you go for the oak and you go for the, like in terms of like the notes, the specific notes.
And to be fair, I was going for the general you, not you in particular.
Oh no, I know. All good.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm a fan of that one. So I feel like you're putting this off because you don't want to move into the peated ones. What do you think?
I am scared. I'm not putting it off. But I think I'm at the right point where I'm a little chattier. So so that's what's happening.
These are a lot of. This is the most I've ever done on a stream. So I am doing small. Oh, really? I only drank like a little bit of each one.
Yeah. See, here's my issue. This is how much I had for the next one.
Okay.
And this is how much I poured for the last one. Which, if anybody's following through on the last stream and knows what the very last pour of the night is, you know that I really probably should not have poured a full ounce of this whiskey. So I'm going.
Oh, you mean the last, not the Whiskey X, the last of the.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. Which, well, it's very appropriate for the Perry Pour shirt. By the way, highest merch over at, is it bourbonshop.threadless.com?
Bourbonshop.threadless.com.
Gotcha. Yes. Yeah, and I have a Threadless shop too if y'all are curious. It's bourbonbites.threadless.com. So
there you go. Do a big old order.
Yeah.
We've got
I wish we could
masks.
combine words
You've
from
got
both of ours
masks.
and get like free shipping or something. Because there's a promotion for Threadless right now for free shipping, but you can't
Nice.
combine. You just have to buy them all from mine or all from his. So
Oh well, that's dumb.
yeah.
All right. How about two big orders and and cross promotion?
There you go. The glass smells. By the way, the glass of this smells amazing. Even I've already finished it, but
on the BUNNAHABHAIN.
Yeah.
I use some water to clean it out.
Gotcha.
I believe you.
Yeah. Well, I'm using a different glass for all the peated ones because I'm like I don't want to.
I reserved the last 3 glasses for the peated ones, and then for Whiskey X, I made sure that was a non-peated one. Okay, I better not put this off any longer.
Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Okay, so Whiskey F is BENROMACH.
BENROMACH.
I'm Southern. BENROMACH, I would say. So this is a USA exclusive. They have a few different releases of their 9-year-old. This is USA exclusive. It is, what do we have? I don't know anything about this distillery. It's a Speyside distillery. It's a 9 years old. Matured for many years in first filled bourbon barrels. Sweet honey with hints of tropical fruits and summer berries.
120.6 proof. Okay.
And complemented by a luscious light peat smoke. So we'll see how light this is. Are you scared or did you miss what I said? I guess you missed what I said.
Oh no.
Are we good?
I'm back.
I said, are you terrified or did you just miss what I said? And there's
I missed what you said, but then I had a sniff.
Oh no, I haven't poured it yet. Give me a second. This one also, by the way, is the absolute lightest color whiskey we have tonight. Like, I don't know if y'all can see, like it literally looks like it's like ginger ale or something. Like, it's so light. Here you're just skipping ahead, aren't you?
Oh, I just wanted to know because, like, I didn't know if, things were going to get progressively worse or about the same. And I know that the OCTOMORE, sorry, I know I might have ruined it, but the OCTOMORE is the last one that we have. And
it's all good.
I'm a little.
I would agree. This smells lightly peated.
Don says this is like the kiddie pool of the peat.
That's what I was gonna say. To me,
that's not encouraging for me.
But you don't. Okay, what is your experience with peated whiskey though? That's what's. Okay. Well, when Perry's back, we'll ask him that question.
Honestly, I don't know what your question was. I'm sorry if I'm interrupting you right now.
No, good. I said, what is your experience with peated whiskey?
What is my experience with peated whiskey? There we go. Little to none. I've probably had one peated Scotch, and I honestly can't even remember what it is. But
okay. I was just curious if you had one that you just hated or something. But
no, it's just I'm just generally terrified.
Yeah.
Of what's.
Well, this is I mean, I don't know. I've never tried this one, but I would assume this is probably a good intro into it, especially at cask strength. Let's go ahead and just give it a try. Let's
just find out.
Cheers.
Cheers, indeed.
Stick with it. Hold on. I do get the bourbon, like the bourbon fit, like the bourbon influence before the peat kicks in. Do you not? We need to just screenshot Perry's face throughout this. Oh no,
I'm sorry.
Well, I personally enjoy this.
Okay. I don't find a whole lot of joy in this one.
Okay.
Which does not bode well for the rest of this flight. I think that it's, I don't know. I can't imagine, and I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
I mean, I'm not offended.
I know, but I'm apologizing to other Scotch drinkers. I just don't know a time when I would be in the mood for something like this. You know what I mean? Like,
But see, I'm the opposite. Sometimes I'm in the mood for it because it's different, and I think that's what I like about it.
Don said, "Go back to the Mahalo bourbon."
Y'all were quick to move on from that one.
Yeah, for good reason.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try to stick with it and
Okay.
give it
Well,
its time.
to note, this is a space side.
But-
This is not an Isla.
That was rough. I really apologize. What's sad too is like I'm looking at this new Four Roses single barrel that I've got unopened sitting over there too. It's like
You must have
it's like taunting me. So
So I forgot. I just said something, but I think I cut out and you missed it. And I was going to say it again, but I forgot it. Oh no, I know what I was going to say. I said this is a space side actually. So usually most peated stuff is Islas, are Islas. But sometimes some of the other regions do a peated release. So I think that's what this one is.
okay, I will also say, second sip was not as bad as the first one.
Yeah, you got to get used to it for sure. I mean, I totally agree.
I mean, it totally changed on the second sip from being this kind of unbearable, smoky grassiness to kind of being like, you know, like when people add liquid smoke to cocktails, that's kind of what I'm getting with it. And again, I apologize. I know that there's something a lot more specific and probably realistic, organic, something like that.
Yeah. No,
that's
again,
coming with
no
this product, but overall, I'm just it's really not for me at this point, and I know I'm about to hurt myself a little bit.
Well, again, like I said earlier, there's no need to apologize. We titled this stream "Bourbon Makers Try Scotch," so no, I don't think anyone's going to be offended. At least hope not. Hopefully, Don is bearing. I mean, like I said, I'm way more susceptible to these. I like these, but I see why you don't.
Can I say too? I am really trying to approach it as open-mindedly as I can, and finding what it is that I might like in it, even if it's not something that I would reach for immediately. I think that there are good, and I will backtrack what I said originally, that I don't know of a time when I would actually reach for this. And again, I really don't 100%, but I can still find some value in it. I can find things that I might enjoy a little bit more than just throwing it off and going, no, not for me.
Yeah, Donnie says, I wish these were done blind. Perry is working himself up to hating these. Well, to be fair, we wouldn't have wanted to mix in the peated ones like early on. I think that would have thrown off our palates.
Yeah.
So we would have known we were going to end with the peated ones anyways. So again, both of us we don't have any bias. Like normally blind things are helped like prevent bias. Like, you know, like, oh, I love Elijah Craig, I'm going to pick it over Russell Reserve or whatever. But this, like, neither of us have much experience with any of these. Like, I've never tried a single one of these. So
I have virtually no experience with Scotch. And what I have had has been definitely not peated. It has been a little bit on the lighter side, I guess, just in terms of, you know, offense to the palate. Excuse me. But, you know, I'm here to try it all. I am interested in seeing if there's something that I do kind of latch onto.
Well, if we've learned anything, it's that maybe peated cask strength isn't your thing, but the other ones may be. So we are ending with the peated ones, not because they're like, oh, they're the best. It's more of like, you need to save your palate for these. All right, so let's move on to G. I think now's a good time. What do you think? I assume his silence means yes. So let's move on to G. Let me know when you're good, Barry.
I'm good. I'm here. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you're fine.
It's not required that you like peat, just that you try.
Oh, that's true. But to be fair, you don't have to try it either. But I feel like you got to kind of do it just so you know, like instead of be like, oh, I don't want to try peat. I understand why people are like, oh, you got to give it a try. I feel like you got to try everything once. I mean, I need to try the Mahalo whiskey once at some point. I need Don send a sample next time.
I'll send a sample to you. I don't mind.
Oh wait,
I'll send you a 375 of it.
That's a good point, Jason. Or I'll highlight that. Jason said, I feel like you have you have to have tried it before you get to say you don't like it. So you can't say you
Oh
don't like
no, I
it.
totally agree.
Yeah, I agree
I totally
too.
agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's all about the journey and all about the, the opportunity and everything. It's just, fully
You
in
have
my
your
experience at the moment, it's
Yeah.
not my favorite thing in the world, but I am willing to try this LAPHROIG.
So we are now. I will say I don't have the best experience.
CAIRDEAS.
I don't have the best.
CAIRDEAS. I don't know.
I have no idea. I'm not going to just let him say it while he's. So I don't have the best experience with LAPHROIG. I've had the basic one, the LAPHROIG 10. I didn't like it. It was too peaty. There was not enough interesting things on the finish or anything. I have had a LAPHROIG PX cask before that I got behind. So Perry, honestly, knowing that you don't like peat, I think this one may not be one for you. I'm just curious because even LAPHROIG, even more than Ardbeg, like I like Ardbeg's peat, but LAPHROIG's peat is very, very intense and very iodine-y, burning hospital.
Great.
Oh wait, Donnie's trying to tell us how to pronounce it. Somewhere between gorgeous and CAIRDEAS. CAIRDEAS.
I'm gonna go with CAIRDEAS.
Let's do it. This is a CAIRDEAS whiskey.
I want to go with CAIRDEAS for sure.
Oh wow, that's so different on the nose compared to the last one. So this one is an Isla one. Now triple wood, it says a special triple maturation. First matured in ex-bourbon barrels, then in quarter cask, and finally in European oak cask, which previously held Oloroso sherry. It is then barrier filtered and bottled at cask strength to create a punchy dram with LAPHROIG's signature richness of flavor and smoky taste. So it seems like there's a lot of like first fill, maybe not first fill, but like ex-bourbon barrel influence, and then there's like a little bit of sherry. So I'm curious to see how that holds up in the taste.
I do like Trev Wilson's note that he tried LAPHROIG 10 once and it almost killed him.
Yeah, LAPHROIG 10's not my jam. I'm there with you.
Hey, Clifton, I know this is super unprofessional and I apologize. I need to hop off for just a second to take care of something, but I will be back as soon as possible.
Cool. Yeah, just wave when you're ready to go.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. I'll be back.
Oop, I cut him off a little early, but all good. So we're almost at the end of this. We have 2 more to go. I have something on my face. Okay. Almost at the end of this, we have 2 more to go, including, or not including, 2 more plus our special Whiskey X. So very exciting stuff coming forward. I'm really excited about Octomore. I know Perry's not a fan of Octomore. Don Nishita says he's going to replace the LAPHROIG with 4 roses in his glass. I wouldn't put it by him at this point. But hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Like I said, we are by no means Scotch professionals. Bourbon guys at heart. I mean, he's in Kentucky. I'm in California, but y'all know I'm a bourbon guy. So all in good fun. I do know that I've really enjoyed branching out into Scotch, and I'm loving the opportunity to try something that I wouldn't have had. Like I said, BUNNAHABHAIN is one I hear about all the time, but I don't know if I've had any of it. That's why I said, like, some guys from my local group were here earlier, but they may have already tapped out for the night. But I know BUNNAHABHAIN comes up a lot, and I'm just trying to think of what I've had from them. I get it confused with Bruichladdich, the one that makes Octomore. I think I get just hearing the names, I get a little confused with those. But I honestly though, I'm really enjoying it. I still think my favorite would have to be the BUNNAHABHAIN, the Lady of GLEN. But I really did like that Tamdu and the Glengoyne teapot. So Jason says I would love the BUNNAHABHAIN 12. Oh, for sure. I'll make a note of that because, yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure people recommend that one to me all the time. CAIRDEAS. Thank you, Richie Z. Which, by the way, welcome to Richie Z. Sorry, I haven't been saying hey to everyone, but good. I'm glad y'all are here for me. Like I said, totally different stream. Suffering through a little bit of technical issues, but hopefully y'all still have fun. Like I said, there is the after party over on. I don't think it's going to send this message like it normally does because I'm not in my normal layout, but we'll see. We'll see if it sends a message. Oh, there we go. I did send a link. So there's the link to the Patreon. Like I said, if you want to join us for the after party, we're going to do like a little recap. Don Nishita is going to join us. We are going to talk about, does his opinions align with mine? And if you guys are there, y'all are totally welcome to give your input if you tried any of these. I really welcome all people. Like I said, that's the $10 tier and up on Patreon. If you're curious, no pressure. Any Patreon level is accepted. We're actually going to do our monthly hangout here soon. Probably it's got to be next weekend. So that's for $5 and up. So if y'all are curious, please go check it out. Again, no pressure, but I think honestly, the reason I promote the $10 level so much is because I feel like I think y'all know, like most of y'all are the $10 level because y'all like, oh, like, this is so much fun. So I think that's why I always promote that one so much, because it's like, oh, we get to hang out every week. Like that's so fun for me. So if y'all wanted, while we're having our little break, maybe go check out the Patreon. Again, no pressure to join. There's also a link to my merch over there and my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, please check that out. I do mix of like stories, and I'm still kind of figuring it out because, like I said, I launched a new Instagram for this page. What's up, Brandon? Good to see you. I saw you in the chat a little bit earlier. Donnie says give notes on the tasting notes on LAPHROIG. I haven't tasted the LAPHROIG yet. I don't think. No, I've just nosed it. But I can. It depends. We'll see how. We'll give Perry another like 30 seconds. If he's not back, I'll go ahead and move into the LAPHROIG. All good. He has a pregnant wife, so I imagine that may have been part of the issue, but he speaks Bourbon Bites. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I ignored the chat a bit earlier. Like I said, I was more concerned with like losing Perry and like keeping up with when he cut out. So, but yeah, so we'll give him a little bit longer. If not, we'll go ahead and go into the LAPHROIG. How y'all doing tonight? Y'all ready for the after party? Hope to see most of y'all there. Donnie, you're always there. You're awesome. Who else is here that's normally there? Don Nishita, hopefully. The Brennickies, I would love to see both of you guys if y'all are available. Again, I know it's late. Steve A, you've been there a couple times, and Trevor, y'all know, y'all are all welcome. So, oh, what's up? My bourbon journey's here. Check out the channel. Always good to see other whiskey YouTubers here. I'm just filling time right now, by the way. Perry stepped out real quick. He'll be right back. But yeah, let's get on my little usual shout outs. What's coming soon? Saturday, I'm gonna probably do another gaming and whiskey stream. I've been really getting into the new flight simulator game. I've never played it before. I bought this new one yesterday, and I kind of dig it. I honestly was scared that I wouldn't know how to play it, but actually, it's pretty fun. So I'm thinking about trying to do. My idea is like doing like airplane bottles, like mini bottles, and like flight simulator. Thought it might be fun. We'll see. Brian says not sure he may hang out tonight. All good. All good. I will see you in a couple weeks anyways. So a few of us are meeting up in Las Vegas at Labor Day weekend. I'm very excited for that. Just a very small group, but I'm very excited for that, and chance to see some of you guys in person that I haven't seen in over a year. So Jason says hasn't bought a copy yet, but it looks amazing. Yeah, I watched a review of it and I was like, you know what, I'm sold. All right, well, I'll go ahead and get into this LAPHROIG just in case. Oh wait, no, give him a few more minutes, a few more seconds. Yeah, this LAPHROIG is really nice on the nose. So Donnie says he needs to hang out tonight. Need drinking buddies tonight. Oh, all good, Donnie. Oh, we'll be there for you for sure. So when Perry gives me the signal that he's good to go with a thumbs up, we will be good to go. Oh wait, he can't hear me yet. So I said when Perry gives me the signal that he's good to go with a thumbs up, there we go. So welcome back, Perry.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're all good. You're all good.
I apologize. Anyway, back to assaulting my senses.
Oh, we thought you were trying to sneak out on this. Like, oh,
no. I promise I wasn't at all. No, I had to. I had to help the wife out with the house.
So I haven't tried the LAPHROIG yet. So
okay, I haven't either. So
I'm worried for you, but I'm excited for me. So
yeah,
let's go ahead and give it a try. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's do it.
Okay. Very peat forward. I mean, I will say the mouthfeel on that is really nice. It's very oily and like thick.
I've been trying to figure out what it is, at least since the BENROMACH.
Mm-hmm.
What it is that I'm kind of equating this with.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the Robitussin throat spray?
Oh, the numbing. Oh, wait. I know what you're talking about, and I get that now that you say it.
It's like cherry flavored, and
oh my god, no! Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I'll never drink peated scotch again. I totally get that. I absolutely get that on this. Like in the back of my throat.
I'm
I get
so
that
sorry.
cherry.
I didn't mean to ruin it for
No,
you,
it's
but
good.
that's
On the back
just
of my
like,
throat, I get that
and
cherry.
it's
I know
that
exactly
thing
what
where
you're
like you try to spray it into the back of your throat and it actually just winds up mostly on your tongue.
talking- Yeah.
That's what I'm getting with this more than anything.
That's not a note I've ever gotten on a
But
peated whiskey.
it's different.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's unique. I also am very sorry if I ruined it for you.
Oh no. So Donnie just said, Perry, I hate you now. I think we're all getting that. Like, holy crap. I've never thought about that before, but you're totally right. So Donnie's tasting this one with us. He has this bottle with him.
Oh, really?
So he hates you because he's having the same thing. I'm like, oh my God, you're totally right with that.
Chloroseptic spray. Yeah.
So Emily asked, menthol cherry, both?
Yeah.
It's a very specific thing. It's like a throat spray. It's supposed to like help ease a sore throat. Tempera paint? I don't know what that is.
Tempera paint. It's a type of it's like specifically used for painting, like art and everything. Gotcha. It's just it's hard to describe the quality of it. I don't know. Scotch does weird things to my brain, apparently.
Okay, I'm gonna give another taste and try not to think about that.
And again, I'm sorry.
Up front, it's not that. It's the finish of this one, and I think that maybe the sherry influence on the finish, because that's not always like a peated Scotch thing. I was at first I was saying like you ruined peated Scotch for me, but I don't think that's normal. I think it's that the sherry influence was such a peaty Scotch. I think that kind of So Donnie says, other than chloroseptic, any other notes? So up front, I'm trying to get what the note is up front.
There is a really interesting bready note in there. Something that I would equate to. It's definitely art school things, Jason. I get each other. I would equate it to like fresh baked bread. Like you go to a restaurant and it's
it's like a
kind of
like
yeasty rolls, I guess, that they would put in a basket in front of you. That's kind of the main thing that I'm getting, other than the chloroseptic spray.
Well, I'd say it's kind of like a transformation of that.
I don't know, man. I don't have the knowledge to get. Yes, sorry, Don. I know I used the word equivalate like it was a real thing. But
no, I get that. I get that note, and I think it's kind of like an evolution of that grain note that we got on a lot of the earlier ones.
I agree.
Think this one is more of, like you said, what we're used to, like the bready note. We get that a lot on bourbon. I really like this up front. The finish isn't my favorite, and I think it's just a weird combination with that peat and the sherry. It gives me some cherry cough spray.
Yeah, I like Emily's comment. Did you see that?
The solution to actual throat spray is cover your tongue in plastic. Hey, there we go.
Donnie, I agree with you that the chloroseptic spray is what some people call medicinal, but I think that there's also like the cough syrup that people kind of associate with it as well. And I think when I hear medicinal, or when I really say medicinal, that's what I'm leaning towards. But I think in general, it seems to be like a cherry note, or that artificial cherry note that gets lumped into most medicine.
Yeah. No, when I say medicinal, I mean the same thing, like artificial cherry. Like, no, there's a difference between medicinal and burning hospital. That's not medicinal. That's the iodine peat.
a pile of on fire Band-Aids.
Yeah. I do get a bit of that, but I think that combined with the cherries, Sarah, which Jason says peat and sherry is hit or miss for him. I would agree. I've had some amazing sherry peated whiskeys. Ardbeg makes I'm trying to think, is Ugadal sherry? I'm pretty sure it is. I could be wrong though. I really, really love Ardbeg Ugadal. That's my favorite peated. That's my favorite Ardbeg. So, Perry, again, when I get you I'll send you. We'll do like a part 3 and 4.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I'll send you some of my favorites too. But
this I apologize. I don't have anything to send you. I'd just send you bourbon.
I mean, I will not say no to that.
Yeah, I know, but like still.
Yeah, no, this one isn't. This one, I'm not gonna lie. This one's not my favorite. But you know, it kind of reassures that Lafroig's not really my kind of peat. I would rather go for an Ardbeg or a Lagavulin peat.
Interesting. Okay. I just don't think I like it at this point. But again, I'm not entirely opposed to it. Honestly, though, that first sip of the BENROMACH, or no, excuse me, of the BUNNAHABHAIN. No, it was the BENROMACH.
It was the Ben,
yeah. You know, just having that initial reaction of like, this is 100% not for me. It's
you don't have as much experience with it than I do, so I totally understand. Like to me, I was like, oh, it's a light peat, and you're like, so it just. I mean, honestly, you do gotta try more. I mean, you would say the same thing about like high proof whiskey, right? Because you know, the first person that tries like a high proof bourbon, they would just be like, oh, I can't do it, it burns. But you gotta like ease yourself into it. So
see, I don't know if it's a 1-to-1 comparison, because I was talking about this on the episode that came out this week with Jack Maxwell of Booze Traveler.
By the way, y'all check that out.
Yeah, please go listen to and watch that episode. It's one of my favorite things that I've gotten to do with the show so far. Anyway, I was talking about how I have this theory that bourbon loses some of its overall flavor and overall quality and actually becomes hotter when you add water to it. And so I don't know what it is, you know, again, it's this whole thing about, you know, I don't have the science background or anything to really describe it. But there's something about the way that the water interacts with the molecules in the whiskey that I feel like just introduces too much oxidation and just changes it for the worse. So what I'm getting at, and I apologize for rambling a little bit.
No, you're good.
What I'm getting at is that I don't feel like higher proof bourbons, higher proof whiskeys burn as much as lower proof ones do. Or they don't have that sting or that hit. I think that higher proof ones tend to lean a little bit more in the quote unquote smooth category. If that makes sense. I think it's just a more...
Yeah, like I guess I think about it a little differently, but I see where you're going. I think to me it's more of like there's a lot more flavor behind it, that the punch or the burn is a little overshadowed by how flavorful they are. And I think to me that would probably make me feel like it's smoother. I don't know if like I would love to do a side by side of like higher proof and lower proof. But I think we lost Perry.
No, I'm here.
Okay, your video froze, but
I'm sorry. No. I'm still here. I apologize. Okay. The only time that you have really lost me at any point is if I just stop talking and I'm just full on waiting. This is the first time
your video froze, so I was like, oh crap.
Okay. No, I'm still the Pete broke Perry again. Yeah. No.
By the way, welcome.
No, honestly, I'm hanging in there. I'm really surprised with how how this hasn't just been a full on assault on my senses. But that being said, we do have one last scotch before we dip into Whiskey X, and this one might be the one that breaks me.
This is the assault on your senses. First of all, shout out to Jason from Mash and Drum who just stopped in.
Hello, Jason.
He said, "Eesh, Lafroig." You came in at the best part.
Yeah, you missed me giving my chloroseptic spray note on
man, that ruined it for me. Donnie says Ardbeg in the after party. Absolutely, Donnie. I will grab all my Ardbegs for the after party.
I'm going bourbon.
Okay, well, okay. I will have a bourbon cleanse too. By the way, if anyone's new here, I forgot to say like shout out like to new people. If you're coming over from Perry's channel, I'd love if you can subscribe. I go live on Thursdays and Saturdays. Love if you can hit the subscribe button down below and the like button, of course. Love to see y'all back next week because I'm seeing a couple new faces in the chat. So just want to get that little shout out. Oh, Donnie says he's willing to bet you'd like the OCTOMORE. That's a very high stakes bet, Donnie.
Honestly, on the nose, I do kind of like it a little bit more.
Okay. Okay. Now, to be fair,
it's actually got a little bit more depth to it, and at the very least, something that seems to be a little bit more bourbon heavy in terms of what I'm familiar with.
Sure.
And it is kind of layered underneath the peatiness. but it's different.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I will say, okay, the first time I tried Octomore, I was terrified. I was like, oh my god. Well, first of all, look at the bottle. Like, look at this. It's like,
Bottle's terrifying.
it's so scary. So the first time I tried it, I was like, oh god. And it was like, oh no, be careful. This is like extremely like one of the most peated whiskeys out there. I was like, oh great, thanks. Throw me right under the freaking burning hospital. But to be fair, the very first time, I don't remember which Octomore it was. I don't remember which specific one. But I will say, once I got over the initial shock, I really dig the flavor. So Perry, maybe the same thing will happen with you.
Yeah, we'll see.
This is the 10.4 release, which is the 4th release of the 10th edition. Makes sense. Heavily peated line from Bruichladdich. I've heard lots of good things about them. Distilled from Scottish barley in 2016, this Octomore is the youngest ever released, aged for only 3 years in virgin oak casks, and bottled at 88 ppm, which is very, very high for peat. I don't know the full scale, but ppm is how you measure peats per measure. I don't know, something like that. 28 casks cut from Limousin oak have been heavily toasted before making their way to warehouse 12 for filling. High tannic impact is balanced by a high toast level, which gives way to a dry fruit character that is incredibly well-rounded and balanced.
Can I ask, that ppm, is that parts per million? Is that what that means?
I thought it was peat per something.
Oh,
Peat
maybe
per
it
million?
is.
Oh,
maybe
no, wait, someone said parts per million. No,
oh,
maybe I was wrong. I thought it had something to do with peats, but I guess parts.
What does that mean? How does that translate into this? I honestly don't know what the...
Okay, it is parts per million, but it's how you measure peat, so that's why I was confused.
Oh, okay. See,
they do say this is a low peat for Octomore. That's interesting.
ppm is a long discussion. We can have it if you want, but it'll take a minute.
Over on the after party. I will say though, they talk about toasted barrel. Look how, I mean, this is dark. The Octomores I've had have not been this dark, I don't think.
Somebody was saying, I think it was Donnie, said that it smells or maybe tastes like a really good smoked meat. It definitely smells like smoked brisket.
Oh yeah,
I think that's what I'm kind of picking up on the on the nose for the most part at this point.
And I will say,
Clifton, also, I lost you for a second. So,
oh sorry.
Okay, now I'm done.
Okay, well, I get that same smoked meat note on like an Ardbeg. Like I think an Ardbeg peat and this peat are very similar on the nose.
Yeah.
I don't see you, but are you ready to go for a sip?
I'm ready. Let's go for it. We may as well.
Cheers to frozen. I want to see your face though. That's the best part.
I'm sorry. Should we wait just a second for it to come back?
What should we do? Should you refresh and see what happens?
Let me just let me do that.
I think they want to see your face too.
Is it back yet?
No, you're frozen. So why don't you just refresh like the browser?
Can I do that?
I'll add you back in.
Okay, that's fine.
Listen, because we got to see your face. We got to see his face. Reputation scares people away. Yeah, I would say that. But okay, let's see. Okay, oh, you're good. You're good. Let's take advantage of this.
All right, let's do it. Cheers, indeed.
I'm watching our facial expressions. They're kind of similar. Like we both had like a little moment.
Wow.
I will say right off the bat, like this blows the LAPHROIG away. I will disown the LAPHROIG for this.
Hey guys,
you okay?
I like this better than the LAPHROIG.
Oh, I do too. I said the same thing. Well, I think it's a different kind of peat. This is like a smoked meat peat, and I like that.
I do too. I actually I did something I've never done with a whiskey before. I was very deliberate in the way that I let it kind of wash over my tongue. So I made sure to kind of roll it. Don said, "Great, Perry likes the $250 bottle."
To be fair, I've only tried it at friends' houses. I've never bought a bottle myself.
I've only had a sample of it before. Yeah. Donnie said, "I told you, Perry." It's fair. But so anyway, I was very careful to make sure that like I rolled it over each part of my tongue. Like I was it's hard to describe, but I made
Mm.
sure to like hold it for a little bit, let it roll a little bit further back, hold it there, and then roll it on the way back too.
It's
And
definitely
it seemed,
building too. It like
yeah,
it starts out very, very like mellow. It's like, wait, where's the peat? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there it is.
the heat on the back of the palate
Oh
is
yeah.
ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
It is like breathing fire. But honestly, this is really quite pleasant.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I mean,
yeah.
I would hope I would hope for it to be at $250 a bottle.
Yeah.
But this is wild. I would not have expected to have liked OCTOMORE as much as I do.
Yeah, I would say even if you're not even into peated whiskey, you can appreciate that this is a very premium. Like this is definitely
well,
like,
yeah.
I mean, I feel like even if it didn't tell me it was $250, I would say this drinks like a premium spirit. Like, I mean, it drinks like, not to compare it to like a Master's Keep, but like I'm just saying, like, you know how Master's Keeps are very obvious, like, oh wow, this is special.
Yeah.
I feel like I get that on this, even though I'm not fully like I can't appreciate it like I would a Master's Keep because I'm familiar with that. I think I still get some of those like, wow, I see why this is so special.
Oh, Donnie, thank you.
No, I'm proud of you too. I mean, you had a similar reaction to me because the first time I tried the OCTOMORE, I was so scared, but I tried. I was like, you know what? I kind of like this. I don't remember exactly which one it was though.
Now, and I will say, again, I do agree with you, Don. I can't believe that this is only a 3-year-old whiskey. But I would still reach for my bourbon. I really would. And like I've been saying, you know, that Four Roses single barrel that's sitting there, I'm ready to crack
so my
that one
description,
open.
the way I advertised this was a little bit of a joke. I was like, will this convert us from bourbon? Okay, I clickbaited it a little bit. Like, no way. Nobody's going to convert us. But I think the goal of it, at least for you, Perry, is I wanted you to see, I mean, I say this like I set this up. I didn't. That was a Don Nishita. But I think we wanted you to see like, hey, you know, there are some really special scotches, even if it's not totally your jam.
Yeah, absolutely. And I definitely have an appreciation for it by far. You know, bourbon doesn't exist without Scotch influence or Irish whiskey influence. I mean, that I can't deny that. And so everything is just a product of everything else. I mean, it all builds on each other, whether it's influential or recipe wise or whatever. So, you know, if this is the case, I can definitely appreciate it. And then I can, you know, say, at the very least, I can say that I had it. Mm-hmm. And you know, kind of move on from there. Also, to your point about, you know, wanting to get me to the point to where I do kind of appreciate it or feel certain ways about it. If this had just been me on my own, I would have been so out of my league, out of the, you know, way out in left field. I wouldn't have had any context. I wouldn't have had any guidance or anything. And so when I said at the start of my stream, at the start of part 1, where I was like, I'm going to use you as kind of a Gandalf. That's kind of what I meant, is that I needed somebody to guide me through this so that I'm not just drinking stuff and going, I don't know about this, or drinking that and going, that was garbage.
And that's why I didn't want to do it blind. I think at least, especially people in the chat. I mean, these guys know way more than both of us. Let's be honest. Just knowing that, like, we'll mention one and seeing like Steve A, who was here earlier, like, oh my God, you have that one, like that sells it on to me. I'm like, oh yeah, special.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Donnie asked
Don
me,
does say, is it ready for us to move on to bottle X? I think we could use a palate. Then I wish I had another whiskey up here to kind of reset my palate after that.
I need to do that.
Let's take turns. I'll let you grab something, then I'll go grab something real quick.
Well, I mean, I've got something just sitting right here.
Well, I will go grab. What are you grabbing?
Prepare me for my Four Roses single barrel as well, and that's just my #1 whiskey of bourbon of 2019, and that's just the straight up Four Roses small batch select, which is
mine, but I'll go grab something. I'll be right back. I'm gonna we'll remove that. Which, by the way, welcome, Guy Davis. Sorry I missed you when you come in.
Okay, Davis.
I'm gonna go grab, because I think we need a bourbon before we go into whiskey X for sure.
Yeah. So Oh, okay. I'm doing this now too. Oh, hello. So the thing's out of my face now. Mahalo bourbon is absolutely not something that I'm going to be reaching for right now, Don. You're going to force me to drink that entire bottle. I just know it. Donnie was asking if I was having some pulled pork or a brisket. Don't I think that the OCTOMORE would be a good pairing? I really do. I think that it would think it would go really well with it. I think that it might be a little bit of a competitor. It might take a little bit of time to, well, it might take away from the smoked brisket. So it all kind of depends on what you're reaching for, I guess, or what you're trying to do with your with your pairings. Peggy No Stevens has this whole great explanation on explosions, complementaries. I can't even remember the whole 9 yards that she goes through. Perry, Mahalo Bourbon, or LAPHROIG.
But LAPHROIG, okay, I mean, I haven't had Mahalo Bourbon. Y'all seem to really hate that one.
I don't even know if that's a fair comparison, is it?
I don't think that's fair either. That's, yeah. LAPHROIG, like, it's greatly appreciated. People love LAPHROIG. Now, people in Hawaii may love Mahalo Bourbon. I don't know.
They might. They very well might.
But I feel like Don sent that to you knowing you probably wouldn't like it. So I grabbed the bourbon I grabbed to reset my palate, which I think may be close to what we're going for here. I got a 15-year-old Knob Creek.
Nice.
This is 120 proof. Y'all know I love Knob Creek. That's like my baby. So,
and I wanted to get something that wasn't going to be overly offensive or anything, to get me back into bourbon.
Oh, I would have. Yeah, I finished my small batch select, but I agree that I love that one. That's my favorite Four Roses ever.
Oh, well, see, now I'm happy again. Now I don't feel like I'm about to be assaulted. So
I'm being assaulted by this Knob Creek, but in a very, very good way. Wait, that shouldn't say. Is that offensive? Sorry. There's no good way to be assaulted unless you give consent. What are we talking about?
What are you talking about, Clifton?
Sorry.
No, sir. Clifton, stop it. You stop it right now.
Clifton is no longer in the building. This is Cliffy all the way.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It's when I got up to grab my bourbon, I immediately transformed.
Everything all of a sudden just rushes to every other part of your body. You know, like
Guy Davis is drinking some Knob Creek, the 9-year. Yeah, I almost grabbed that, but I was like, you know what? We're still in Castor, like high proof stuff, so I wanted to grab the, which I mean, your Four Roses is 110, right, or something like that. The small batch select. Or maybe. I was asking the proof of the small batch select. Is it like 110 or something? Or froze. Well, I think it's around 110. We'll see.
What's at 110?
The proof of the small batch select.
Oh, it's
like 54.5 or something like that.
104 proof.
Oh wow, that's lower proof than I thought.
Yeah, sorry, I apologize.
That's a high proof one. I actually did that in a blind flight. I'm Jason from Mash and Drum.
Yeah,
were you on that? Yeah, you were. Right?
I was there.
Yeah, and I predicted that one to win, but then I didn't realize how low proof it was. I knew it was lower proof than everything else, but I had no idea it was that low proof, and I oversold it, and I didn't pick it either. It wasn't my favorite. Yeah,
sorry, I dipped out for a second, and also I was trying to fix my light just a little bit because I keep getting
my lights. But my lighting was really good on your stream, but for some reason when I came onto mine's like overblown. So like I keep trying to like.
Oh, mine's been blown out this entire time, and so it's fine.
That's StreamYard. Technical difficulties not on our end, even though that's totally on both of our ends.
It's legitimately just me.
Yeah,
I am legitimately just breaking everything, and I'm padding a little bit because Clifton is frozen on my end. I apologize. Jason Coates is saying that Clifton went off and slipped into his Cliffy pants. That's good. And now I'm done. Now I'm done monologuing. You're back, Clifton.
All right, I'm back. Okay. With that.
Sorry. Richie Z did ask, what are a couple of my favorite whiskeys from this year? Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. Both of the Elijah Craig.
I just bought the Toasted Barrel. I'm so excited to get it.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It popped up today. In my store, and I was like, it literally sold out as soon as I clicked submit order, but I got it. So
I've got an idea. Or if you're okay with it, unless you do.
I don't have it with me in front of me right now.
Oh well, never mind.
Yeah, I have to pick it up. I order online. We have that privilege in California.
Yeah. Isn't that special? Toasted Barrel. Both of the Elijah Craig barrel proofs that have come out this year have been spectacular.
I just tried the B. I honestly, I feel like this is the first year that I've liked both the A and B.
Like them to an exceptional level. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for what C is for this year, man. Oh, to be fair, C last year I didn't particularly love. I cut out, I imagine. For the rest of y'all, I didn't love C of last year, but C of 2018 was my best freaking one ever. Still out? Oh, Perry froze. Perry froze. Okay. I was saying I was excited for what C is going to be this year, although I didn't love C of last year, but I love C of the previous year.
Well, C918 is the best bourbon I've ever had. I think.
So, we always agree on that. I feel like.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can you disagree with us? I mean, honestly.
Yeah, please don't. I mean, come on.
Okay. With that, let's go ahead and move on to Whiskey X. So, what do we know about Whiskey X? So, Don, not that he's purposely being secretive. I think they don't
has
reveal. To be. Yeah. So they don't reveal. Let me clear that. So Whiskey X is a 16-year-old Kentucky bourbon at 70.5% ABV, which, by the way, how did you ship this to us? You totally illegally sent this to us.
Oh my gosh, he did.
I didn't even realize that.
You could have set the plane on fire.
Mine got lost at sea for a week and a half. Mine literally showed up a week and a half after leaving us. They were inspecting this. Like, is this rocket fuel?
I lost you. I'm sorry.
Oh, I said, are they? Oh, tell me when I'm back.
Still lost you. But
tell me when I'm back.
You're back.
Okay. I said they probably inspected it, saying like, is this rocket fuel being sent from Hawaii? What is going on?
I need to clean out my glass though.
Oh no, nothing was illegally sent. Sorry about that. I just made the connection that this is like hazmat. I was like, holy crap.
Oh yeah, I've got a straw in my water bottle now. Juan, any guesses?
Wow.
I can't think of anything that is at.
My only guess would be, I know Heaven Hill did what they call the Doc Swenson release, which was like a K&L release, which went crazy on secondary.
He said it. He said it's Heaven Hill juice.
Oh well, shit. Oh well, sorry. Well, there we go. I predicted that. Just kidding. All I can say is it's Heaven Hill juice. Well, that tells us a lot. I mean, honestly.
Can I just say, as much as I love Elijah Craig, as much as I love Heaven Hill, I have never had a hazmat Heaven Hill release or bottle or juice in general. So
I'm very, very excited.
Very excited to get to try this. And Don, thank you so much for sending this over.
I'm like having a moment. I'm like, oh my God, you're giving us this opportunity, Don. You're amazing.
Right?
Because I haven't had any of the. You've had some of the older Elijah Craig barrel proofs.
Oh yeah.
The old bottle. I haven't had any of those.
Yeah.
That's a dream of mine to have those.
That was one of the things that I got to have with Chad and Sarah the first time I hung out with them. Well, after I recorded with them for the first time. But anyway.
Well, see, now that I know it's Heaven Hill, it smells pretty Heaven Hilly.
Big touchdown. Big touchdown for me, man. That's.
Well, you've already tried it. You've tried it.
No, I haven't drank it yet.
Okay, never mind.
What do you mean?
I thought they were celebrating because how good it was.
No. That was the first smell.
Yeah.
That was just me being excited about the fact that this smelled like something that I'm.
It smells like Heaven Hill, and I'm totally here for it.
It smells like something that I'm not gonna regret drinking, or not unsure of. So, should we just go for it?
Let's go for it. Cheers, Barry. Cheers, Don, and cheers everyone to join us here tonight.
Cheers, everybody.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Oh man. My eyes are watering up, and not because it's hot. That's like legit, like amazing. It's not just me. At least it's not just me.
Dang, son. That is stupid. What on earth?
So
Don says anything that needs to change my pants now. I don't totally disagree with you. I mean, this is
so. Don, at least can you tell us like how you came by this? Like what is this?
I mean, this has got to be sourced like a sourced Heaven Hill product, right? I mean, it must have gone to a different company that
And
they
can't reveal the distiller.
I'm sure that they bought the barrel or went on the pick or whatever. But I'm imagining at the very least that this is. I mean, there's no way it's a Heaven Hill product. I mean, what on earth would they
The only
release?
thing I honestly, my first instinct was the William Heaven Hill from last year, the purple bottle. It reminds me a lot of that because I had with Sarah.
Yeah, I agree, but Don says it's a pick.
Oh, okay.
So even then, I don't know.
It really reminds me of that William Heaven Hill, though. It's of the quality of a William Heaven Hill.
I totally agree. I am also confused as to why he's sworn to secrecy over this pick. Like
I'm so confused. Don. Hey, if you come to the hangout, those aren't recorded. So
I like Emily.
Spy in there. We'll see.
Emily asked if we needed a cigarette.
Now, spy. Just kidding. If y'all want to join, y'all can join.
Emily also asked if we needed a cigarette. So
inside scoop maybe from Don. We'll see.
He says, I don't know. That's what I was told. I've got.
Emily says, do y'all need a cigarette? I don't smoke, but I do get very tobacco notes on this, so maybe.
That's a good point.
Don says we can talk about it there. Hell yeah. So if y'all want more incentive to join my Patreon, man, that is so good. In terms of notes, Perry, what are you getting on? Like I said, I get tobacco.
Yeah, sorry, you.
I said in terms of notes, what are you getting? I get tobacco for sure.
Let me go back. I haven't even had a second sip yet.
Yeah.
Here's what's really killing me. I need to save the rest of this for Swan.
Oh yeah. Well, I drink half of mine. I need to share with my husband too. To be fair, I won't tell him about this one. Oh, this TX sucks.
Lucy is not drinking at the moment. So.
Obviously.
Which, by the way, tomorrow is 33 weeks. So we are like.
Wait, how many? I don't know how many is the normal.
40.
Oh crap! You're right. You're October, right? Is when you're due.
Yeah, beginning of October, but I imagine it's going to be within the next few weeks. So
yeah, well,
so that's something else for me to
get your bourbon drinking in while you can. Oh, you'll probably be drinking a lot of bourbon. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Anyway, I apologize. I need to go back for a second sip.
Me too.
And what I was getting at is that it's taking everything in me to not finish off the rest of this sample. But I really do want Swan to. Who, by the way, if you have not listened to the show, Swan is my co-host for this My Bourbon podcast. And
he's always the actual pet Swan that he's sharing it with.
Yeah, and I want to share it with him. So anyway, okay. Second
did you miss my comment? Okay.
No, I missed your comment. What was it?
I said no. He's talking about his actual pet swan. He shares.
Yeah, this is my bird.
I have someone else. Brandon's already been like, and share it with me. So I guess I got to share it with Brandon. Brandon, I got 1 ounce. Perry got 2 ounces. Okay, dude. We'll see. Oh god, and Tammy says bring it to Vegas. I'm not flying. First of all, I'm driving, so that doesn't matter. Whatever. I'm not traveling in my car with hazmat liquid.
Emily also, like, Clifton, you totally missed her cigarette comment.
Oh, what did she say? What?
Because we were having a very expressive, euphoric reaction to it. Asked if we needed a cigarette.
Oh, I guess it's like a phrase. I don't know it. I don't.
You really don't?
I don't. I don't smoke.
I mean, I don't either. But I mean,
okay.
We're gonna have to educate Cliffy.
Okay. Well, you're the frozen one. I'm just like freaking glowing because my light is ridiculous. Stop. All right. Okay. Second sip. We got to give some notes before we wrap it up here.
Tasting note wise,
other than wow.
Yeah. Well. Oh my goodness. No. It is really quite. It's quite smoky. For sure. I think my palate's probably just accustomed to the smokiness of stuff right now.
No, I get smoky for sure.
See, there, Tammy said a smoke after adult relations.
See, I'm
not even a thing. You didn't even know it.
Okay.
Let's just move on. Anyway,
I don't like not seeing your face and like just hearing utter silence from Perry. I'm like, oh god.
But it's so like Elijah Craig barrel proofy. I mean, it reminds me of Elijah Craig barrel proof releases, but it is thick and viscous. It's got some really, really dense, deep notes to it that I'm probably not equipped to actually, elaborate on at the moment. But this is one of the better things I've had in a long time.
This is one of the best things I've had ever. I'm going to be completely honest.
Oh,
Now,
well,
I know
yeah,
I'm transitioning from Scotch to this, but like, and I'm not going to add water to this. Like, even though it's like, oh, I want to try adding water. No, I'm not ruining it. I'm not ruining it. It's perfect as is.
Yep, I agree.
These darn youngins, Tammy.
Man, what a heck of a way to finish out, though.
Okay, overall closing thoughts for the Scotch part of it.
Overall
Are you? Has your opinion changed at all?
I would say yes, but it's changed in the way that I am not of the inclination that I would want to drink them on a regular basis. But again, like I was saying earlier, I do appreciate what these are doing. I do appreciate that this is something that is that as much work has been put into, if not more, than bourbon. And do I absolutely have an understanding of it? No, but I haven't fully disliked anything, and really I think that's a good indication that my palate might have adjusted towards Scotch in a way that at the very least I can stomach it, or I can get through it.
And I really think the proof helps for both of us too.
Yeah, I think so too. Also, have you noticed that the last 10 minutes we haven't had a single breakup? And as soon as I say that, you freeze on my end, which is fantastic.
Harry, you just unfroze. Really good. Oh, he can't hear me. Oh, this is hilarious because I want to tell him that he just unfroze for me. Did he unfreeze for you guys too?
Let it ride out, I guess.
He unfroze for me. Are you back, Perry?
I'm back now, yeah.
The most hilarious thing was you unfroze for me as soon as you said,
oh my gosh.
That was the funniest thing. You've been frozen for like 10 minutes and all of a sudden you just start moving. I'm like, and he's like, and he lost. I'm like, oh my God.
There's no winning. There's absolutely no winning.
Well,
anyway,
hopefully we will be winning on the after party.
Absolutely. Can I also say, Don, thank you so much for sending us these samples. Absolutely. This is really, truly a one-of-a-kind flight that we have been able to experience. I apologize for taking over a little bit, Clifton.
No, you're saying exactly what I'm thinking. Go.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to say thank you. We appreciate everybody who sends us samples because it is just purely out of the kindness of their own heart. And it's really cool to try all these. And basically all of this came about because I made a passing comment that I would like to try higher proof scotches or barrel proof scotches.
And Don was like, oh, I've got some things for you. So, Don, your collection is
thank you, Don. Thank you, everybody, for hanging with us, hanging with me, I guess, as I try to push through figuring out whether or not peated scotches are something I can at least enjoy or like to some degree. And I think I'm not converted, but I'm straddling the line of.
There we go. That's a little better than nothing. And Don, your collection is completely impressive, especially for someone in Hawaii.
Yeah, no kidding. Holy crap, it's a great collection.
Yeah. So cheers to you, Don. We're gonna wrap up here before either of us freeze again. Like I said, if you're curious about joining the after party, the info is just go to bourbonbites.com. You can find the link to the Patreon. But until next time, thank you so much, Perry, for joining me. Even though we struggled through, but I had such a great time. So
I had a great time too. Thank you for joining me on my stream as well, Clifton.
Oh, of course. Well, cheers, you guys, and I will see you on Saturday for my gaming flight simulation stream. We're gonna see how that goes.
Ooh.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, fair enough.
All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye, y'all.